So good morning, thanks for being with us today. 18 minutes to 9 now. Let's dive straight in to look at one or two stories you might not have heard about. And both of you, itchy feet if you were perhaps looking for a new job. But how do you fancy this one? A role at Buckingham Palace. Is that something that appeals to either of you?
No, it's not on the island.
Well, that is a drawback for us, definitely, isn't it?
It's a little bit out the way, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not just sort of moving down the road somewhere. Well, this is a new role at the Palace, and the Queen, Her Majesty, has entered the age of digital recruitment because she's advertised this role on LinkedIn, apparently. Wow. So it's only a matter of time before this is going to be on Facebook and Twitter, advertising for roles at the Palace. This is the job of a planner. It's a permanent position, a salary of £38,000, dependent on experience, plus benefits. It involves 37.5 hours work a week, Monday to Friday. More than 100 people have applied so far, and in return, the planner will help preserve Buckingham Palace for generations to come. By joining the Palace's resurfacing programme, it's undergoing a £369 million refurbishment at the moment, so that's quite a lot to sort of be responsible for. I don't know if any of us would actually be any good at this because applicants need to have a background working within construction.
No.
So, no, we don't tick that box, but hopefully we do this one. They also need to be a good communicator. So hopefully a little bit of experience there between us. But I'd love to work at the Palace, I have to admit. To get that sort of glimpse behind those closed doors, I'd be there.
I imagine it would be a lot of pressure, though. You can't, have a disaster of planning at the Palace. It would not go well.
That's true. The papers would have a field day, wouldn't they, if you were the one? So especially £369 million and 38,000. I thought it might have been more for work. I mean, that's a decent wage, of course, very decent wage. But I thought it might have been more working for the Royals, like you say.
It's quite high stakes for that money.
With the pressure you're under. Well, have a skeet at LinkedIn. If this does appeal, a role at the Palace, that's where all the details are. Sean, what have you got for us this morning?
I've got a streaming service story. We do like to look at the streaming services on Have You Heard, and the new Disney Plus service, which hasn't come out in Britain yet but did launch in the US last year. They've announced that they have signed up 28.6 million people since launching in November, which is very much more than they were expecting.
That's not a bad figure, actually, is it?
For a first few months, probably the most successful thing they've had on there so far has been The Mandalorian, which is a Star Wars spin-off, and which has been very critically acclaimed, and they seem to think that is why so many people have signed up.
Yeah, it's coming to the UK fairly soon, or to our shores
so next
anyway.
month now, isn't it?
The UK and the Isle of Man as well, I assume. And there was a bit of controversy, wasn't there, or some problems when this first started? Was it not streaming correctly? But they've obviously overcome that now by the sound of things.
Yeah, I think there were a few issues, weren't there? And I think there's also this issue of it having launched in the US and not further afield. That's they're getting stuff before us, we're not happy, that kind of thing. But I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, so next month, March. That is next month.
Yes.
There's sort of a bit of a realisation there. We're sort of careering through the year already, aren't we? And Tim, what have you got for us?
Well, I'm taking a risk today as I'm going to bring my wife Jane into the mix when we normally talk about bizarre or weird news stories. But her maiden name is a good old Manx one, Looney. So
yes.
We can do it. Many landmark days, of course, around this time of the year. Many look ahead to Christmas, Boxing Day, New Year's Eve, Burns Night, my birthday, dare I say. Or further ahead, St. David's Day, Mothering Sunday or Easter. Well, my wife always looks forward to what she terms 8-5 Day.
Now, what is 8-5
Well,
Day?
it is today.
Right, okay.
And it's basically the sun rose this morning before 8 o'clock. 7:59 to be precise, and it sets and has been for a couple of days now after 5. Today it's 7 minutes past 5, so a very happy 8-5 day to everyone. Spring is on the way, although let's get through the weekend and next week first, which looks decidedly iffy.
Yes, from Sunday onwards we're hearing of prolonged gales for a few days.
I think it's Saturday evening.
Well,
onwards,
I think
it's
this
earlier
is
than that.
Yeah, so it's lovely at the moment.
Enjoy 8-5 Day is the message.
Do you know what? I really like the sound of this because I did notice when we mentioned the sunrise time earlier, it's now before 8 o'clock, so a definite marker. Beautiful sunrise as well this morning. We popped a video onto the Manx Radio Facebook page, and you're sharing your sunrise snaps as well. So yeah, I like a weather marker. So
8-5 day, there you go.
So-
a new one for people, some I'm sure, but
good
it's
old
one
Jane
my wife
observing
always
that.
looks out for.
Yeah, definitely. So that's it. So enjoy the next couple of days. It's
Hopefully I'll get home.
Yeah, exactly. You should be all right. But yes, look out, because from the weekend onwards, it's not looking too good. So yeah, happy 8-5 day, all of you. I'm making a note of that for next year as well.